Hey, YouTube explorers. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving headfirst into the intriguing world of unsolved historical mysteries. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join us on this journey into the unknown. Let's get started. Number 1. The Vouch Manuscript. The mysterious Vouch Manuscript. This ancient book, dating from the 15th century, is a carefully illustrated 240-page volume filled with text that remains undecipherable to this day. Discovered in 1912 by bookseller and historian Wilfred Voynich, the manuscript has baffled experts and amateurs alike. The pages contain detailed illustrations of plants, strange creatures, astronomical symbols and everyday scenes, all accompanied by text in a totally unknown language. This language, often referred to as Voynichese, has resisted all attempts at decipherment. Over the years, various theories have been proposed about the content and origin of the manuscript. Some suggest that it could be an ancient medical treatise or herbarium, while others have speculated that it could be a work of fiction or even an elaborate hoax. However, none of these theories has been able to provide a definitive explanation. The Voynich manuscript has been subjected to intense scientific and technological analysis over time. Experts in radiography, spectrography and other disciplines have studied the book in search of clues to its origin and contents. Despite these efforts, the manuscript remains an unsolved puzzle, leaving the academic community and history enthusiasts with more questions than answers. In short, the Voynich manuscript remains one of the greatest and most persistent enigmas in history. Despite technological advances and the efforts devoted to its study, this ancient book continues to resist any attempt to reveal its meaning. As we move forward in time, the Voynich manuscript remains a reminder of how much we have yet to learn about the past. Number 2. The Nasca Lines. The Nasca Lines consist of more than 800 geometric figures, animals and humans, arranged in seemingly chaotic patterns that can only be fully appreciated from the air. But who created these impressive works of art? Although dating back more than 2,000 years, the Nasca Lines were kept secret for centuries due to their remote location and the fact that they are only fully visible from the sky. It was not until airplanes began flying over the region in the 20th century that their existence was discovered, baffling researchers and perplexing scientists. The creation of the Nasca Lines raises a number of questions. How could ancient people have traced these figures on a large scale, without the aid of modern technology or aerial view? Another enigma surrounding the Nasca Lines is why the inhabitants of the region created them in the first place. Was it to honor the gods or transmit important information to future generations? Although researchers have been studying the lines for decades, the exact nature of their purpose remains elusive. In short, the Nasca Lines remain one of the most dazzling mysteries in history. Despite advances in research, the purpose and method of creation of these monumental figures remain a mystery with no definitive answer. As we continue to explore the nooks and crannies of history, the Nasca Lines remain a reminder of the richness and complexity of the human past. Number 3. The disappearance of the Franklin expedition. In the 19th century, Sir John Franklin led an expedition in search of a northwest route in the Arctic. However, both the expedition and its leader disappeared without a trace. In 1845, the ships HMS Erebus and HMS Terror set out on a historic mission to find a sea route connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans through the Canadian Arctic. The ships became trapped in the ice and were stranded for months, leading to the deaths of several crew members. The ships were abandoned in 1848 after a route through the ice was not found. Logs and journals later found revealed that some crew members died while attempting to return to civilization. However, the disappearance of Franklin and most of his men remains unexplained. Over the years, numerous theories have been proposed to explain the expedition's demise. Some suggest that the crew suffered from lead poisoning due to defective canned food. Others believe that the extreme Arctic conditions, coupled with a lack of experience surviving in that environment, contributed to the tragedy. In more recent years, expeditions and archaeological finds have shed some light on the expedition's fate. The remains of the ships Erebus and Terror were discovered in 2014 and 2016 respectively, confirming the location of the ship's final resting place. The disappearance of the Franklin expedition remains a reminder of the unfathomable dangers and mysteries that the Arctic still harbors. although modern advances in technology and research have shed light on some aspects of the case. The full story of what happened in that frigid region still eludes our understanding. Number 4. The Colossus of Rhodes. Built around 280 BC, the Colossus of Rhodes was a bronze statue representing the sun god Helios. The sculpture stood over 30 meters high, making it one of the tallest structures of antiquity. The sight of this majestic statue greeted ships arriving in the port of Rhodes and became an iconic symbol of the city. However, the fate of the Colossus of Rhodes is an enigma in itself. In 226 BC, a devastating earthquake shook the city, toppling the statue and leaving it in ruins. Although legend claims that the Colossus fell in one piece and remained standing for centuries, it is more likely that it collapsed into several fragments due to its weight and structure. Some historical accounts suggest that the fragments were sold as scrap to a Jewish merchant who transported the bronze to Syria. Others recount that the Rhodians attempted to reconstruct the statue, but the resources and technology of the time did not allow it. Despite its sad end, the Colossus of Rhodes left a lasting legacy in the history of art and architecture. Number 5. The Man from Taured. Our latest story takes us to an enigma that seems straight out of science fiction: the mystery of Taured Man. The story goes back to a day in 1954 at Tokyo Airport, when a man arrived at customs with a passport and documents from a country called Taured. The problem was that no one had ever heard of a country called Taured, and the documents presented by the man did not match any existing records. According to the story, the man insisted that his country, Taured, was located between France and Spain in the same place where Andorra is now. He showed on current maps where Taured was supposed to be and was puzzled to discover that it had been replaced by Andorra. The man was sure he was right and believed it was all a plot. Authorities took him to a hotel in custody for the night, but when they went looking for him the next morning, he had disappeared without a trace. Investigations yielded no results and the Taured man became a story told in amazement. This mystery raises a number of intriguing questions. Who was this man and where did he come from? Was he simply joking, or was there a deeper truth behind his statement about Taured? Some have speculated that it could have been part of a social experiment or an elaborate game, while others consider the possibility of an alternate dimension or time travel. And so concludes our journey through the historical mysteries that have puzzled us throughout time. Each of these enigmas reminds us that history is full of surprises and that there is much we still don't understand. Do you have theories about these mysteries? Or do you know of other intriguing historical enigmas? Leave us your comments and don't forget to subscribe for more exciting historical explorations. See you next time.